place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood.
Today we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California.
Here we go.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. They go play action with Burrow. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
12. 11.
Burrow on play action. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. He'll take it at the 42. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Lance's throw taken in by Adams. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here we go. Here we go. Opposite. Read.
Lance going to sneak it, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They start the drive with Cook, dancing away at the 35.
They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They run it again with Cook. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Looking left side, he's got a man. That's Thomas. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs, and they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I see what they were trying to do there, trying to find some dead space in the middle of the field and take their shot right there. A really good idea, but it winds up incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
A give, it's Jacobs off the option.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Looking to throw it.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Khalil Mack with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Now Cook hit and he lost the football.
And the Raiders pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Striker, 3-3.
Following the fumble recovery, Lance. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Lance to throw it.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Carlson able to put this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
11, 11, 11. Stop.
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
11, Thomas. 11, MT. 11, MT. 11, Mighty. 11, Thomas.
Play action. It's Burrow.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Here we go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
53 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking at mid-season form here in the opener.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
And Lance going to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
Well, that wasn't exactly a work of art, was it?
No, that wasn't a thing of beauty. That's just why I don't play in points per reception fantasy league.
Is that what they call
receiver
PPR?
still gets a point there. Yeah.
No.
And you went that far back. No bueno.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wish I had their defense on my fantasy game.
He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Black Ultra.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Chargers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Second and 10 at the 4-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Burrow down around his goal line. And he's got the hook up to Landry. A big play there for LA. 42 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
11 MT, take.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Complete to Mike Williams. A gain of 9 brings up.
Here we go.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Cook running right. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
Here we go.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go, here we go.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
11 MT, take. 11 MT, take. 11.
Now it's Burrow. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. Now is signaling a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Here we go, here we go.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
And he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A final shot before half for Lance.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Lance.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 85 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
From the gun, it's Lance.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some same yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Off the option, here's Jacobs.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team is struggling to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they got a chance here to open up this lead.
They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
12.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Burrow on play action. And he comes back with one complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the play.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Now Lance.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
Lance now on 1st down. He's going to air this thing out deep for Thomas. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. And Lance now to throw.
That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards to pick up there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Lance looking to throw it.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Second down and goal.
Ready, go.
Working from the gun. Lance.
Under pressure, they got him again.
Austin Johnson gets the sack defensively.
2nd goal. Last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Two straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. On play action, Lance. Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
Give him 13 yards on the connection, but not enough. 4th down.
13 yards.
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a big 6 and a Charger TD.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jacobs going to try the middle.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs, and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. one from 46 yards out. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take for 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw going into the hands of Williams.
This offense on third down today, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
11. 11 MT, tight. 11 MT, tight. Stop.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Here we go.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there. Couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
11 MT.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. Touchdown, L.A. Jarvis Landry. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chargers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it gives these guys a 12-point advantage. Touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Khalil Mack in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here's Lance to throw it. Pass complete. It's Adams.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Lance going to throw.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Tough to imagine any team wanting to give a player like this up in a trade, but I know they're happy to have it.
It is amazing, isn't it? But we have seen big-time guys change teams. Jimmy Graham, Brandon...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Eli Apple.
And the Chargers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He's airing it out for Williams, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Chargers.
Mike Williams,
77 yards.
and the Chargers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will make this a 19-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
He's got a man complete. The 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
And now here's another interception.
And the Chargers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brent, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Lance.
And this one is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
One final try now for Lance.
To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's brought down